kept seeing a car go into the water. All day they've been showing me reruns in my mind of Adventures with Purpose. BP's gonna find her in the Prosser Lake.
We have found Kylie Rodney's vehicle. Again, our search for Kylie at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10.
There are plenty of questions and very few answers after 4 students at the University of Idaho were found murdered in their off-campus house.
It's like if you look at Ted Bundy's eyes and you look at his eyes, they're the same. Maybe a little bit lighter. The one thing that I keep seeing is curls. So I don't know if he has curly hair or wavy hair, and that might be when it's grown out. I think he elongated, like his face might be a little bit longer. There's a reference to a pointier type nose. He honestly looks a lot like Ted Bundy, but like a jacked up Ted Bundy. Like not as handsome. I keep getting like a security guard or a badge. Like a Brian or something like that. It's because they are going to catch him. Because I'm seeing him in an orange jumpsuit. He wasn't as smart as he thought he was. Okay. He's probably going to go to jail for this eventually. I keep getting December.
The name Richard again.
I also get the name Rick. Damn name Allen is coming in again.
Jailed 50-year-old Richard Allen in connection with the double murder. Teen best friends Libby German and Abby Williams went hiking on a trail and never came home.
Done on November 20th, 2019 at 7:14 p.m. Quentin, but I'm seeing trash and I don't.
9:42 Wednesday morning. Quentin Simon's mom told 911 her little boy was gone.
I do keep hearing a trash truck though. Then I keep hearing the trash truck. It's almost, that's one thing I can't get rid of is the twisting of the trash bag. And so then I'm like, well, is he in the trash? Okay. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I do hear landfill could be the...
New tonight, a heartbreaking search underway in Georgia for a missing toddler. Police are sifting through trash at a landfill for the remains of 20-month-old Quentin Simon.
And I felt like he was going to be found. That was earlier in the day.
3-year-old boy found alive and in good health.
And I said, like, within 3 miles, but I'm not seeing him being hurt, and I'm not seeing someone coming up and getting him.
And I said, were you alone? Yes.
The main 2 things I keep getting is the wooded area and the shed.
Well, to take cover in that shed.
Late into the night to find.
I see him running to the woods. Oh, I keep getting the repeated image of him running to the woods. Okay. So maybe he decided he wanted to go play and then he kind of got lost in the woods. Be within 2 miles. I keep getting reference to the edge of the woods. And so he's still alive because I'm not using him to get this information.
Right.
Around in the woods like I can't find my way out. I'm stuck. And I said he's in a bush.
Okay. I went across a field of grass. I came up on some woods. Sure enough, I went in the woods and about 100 feet from where I was at. I think he was in some stickers. There's a lot of stickers and all there.
Tonight in our Missing series, a case that we have heard a lot about from our viewers.
He wants to take me down the road to like a neighbor's house or something, like another farm. I also hear neighbor. He said he knows this guy. He knows him. And he's a neighbor. I don't know what the friends come in.
Suspect, 58-year-old James Brenner, who also happens to be Dylan's closest neighbor in the remote desert area of Lucin.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Psychic Sleuth channel. So, I did some cards on this already. I guess I'm gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna do that as a separate video or in the same video. Regardless, if it's not in this video, please check it out. It just kind of validates everything with this. I did the cards first. We do have the crime chart for this, so also look out for that as well. I actually may put the crime chart with this so that it actually gets watched, because I noticed not a lot of people see it, but it's really validating to the reading. So I decided to do an Autowrite with her, and I tell you, it exhausted me. I had a little bit of a problem connecting at first, but once I did, once I kind of changed pictures and stuff, more stuff started flowing. I might revisit this if I feel the need, because I feel like hopefully this information will help in some way, shape, or form, help the family or whatever. I think the family's on the right track in terms of what they feel. So it's a really sad situation. If you guys don't know it, you're welcome to Google it. There's not a lot out about it. There's not a lot out about her, but my Autowrites, I tried to do the best I can to bring forth their personality and whatnot. So anyway, she was a U.S. soldier that was killed in her residence, and that was it. That's basically all they have. And I mean, they haven't released anything else on it. So this is going to be an Autowrite, and I'm just going to get going on this. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This is viewer discretion advised stuff. So I'm going to actually change the thing on that real quick. This is not factual information. This is only psychic medium impression. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Okay, so this is only my impressions from what I was given. And then again, I think I'll add the crime chart to the end of this. So stay tuned for that. So this is an Autowrite. I hope I'm saying her name right, Katia Aguilar, and I swear I got Aguilar somewhere in one of the readings. I don't think it was an Autowrite. I think it might have been a regular reading. That name is super familiar to me. So, and I hope I'm again saying that right. I did do cards. Like I said, I'd like to take a deeper look. I have an idea of where we need to look, but I also again have the crime chart. We may need to map it, maybe possibly to see if it takes us to the perp home. I'm not sure on that yet, but if I do that, you guys will know. I'll only give you what she gives me. I'm only trying to be her voice. Everything has timing, and I am just a human connecting to a different vibration in order to try to put clues together as to what happened. And yes, I am reading this, and because this is an Autowrite that I channeled, so that's why I'm reading it, and I will try to read it as slow as I can. If it's too fast for you, you're welcome to slow me down. As I explained, that's just how I am. So, if it's too fast for you, there's ways to slow it down on YouTube. I won't get everything. It doesn't work that way. I'll get what I'm supposed to get, but I will release this along, again, the cards and the crime chart. So please keep an eye out for all of that. The crime chart will just validate everything that is basically stated in this reading. So this is an Autowrite. Not everything may fit here. The issue with Autowrites is it's a deeper channel, and as much as I like to get their, as much as I like to just get for them, which I'm way more focused than I used to be, Spirit does often give other cases an interconnect. We see it all the time with my work and cases leading to one another. So usually with similarities or timing in cases. So please, there's a link below to learn more about Autowrites and interconnects and how they work. I'm not here to solve the case. I'm here to, I'm not law enforcement or anybody like that. I'm just here to hopefully bring insights to help the family or law enforcement or whoever piece the puzzle pieces together. This is just puzzle pieces. That's how readings work. In cases, it's always puzzle pieces. I'm putting things together. Information that comes in can be past, present, or future, symbolic or metaphoric, not always literal in how that I see it. Things can have multiple meanings, such as numbers and months, etc. Spirit will often use my references, experiences, cases, things like that, how I relate to things to try to explain what they want to say. Please take what we can and we can fit and hang on to the rest. There's not much out about this, but validation may come in, facts may come in, things that are known may come in. I will try to perceive what I'm getting to the best of my ability, but I may misperceive things. I've learned to just say what I see in hopes that it makes sense in the long run. This tells a story, so things come in around the case, the perp or the victim, and not everything connects to that time period. Things may be connections to people too. This is Spirit's voice, and that is what I try to do, is tell their story the best way that I can. I relate to her because I was in the military and I know how men in the situation can be there. There needs to be more out there about this case, as well as more about what goes on. I think that she was very much hiding secrets as to the goings on that she may have witnessed or been a part of. It's a problem. Just because women are in the military doesn't make them things to take advantage of. And I don't know, that kind of didn't come from me. So, just saying. So I feel like there was a relationship to this situation. She knew her attacker and may have fathered a child with him in some way, whether it be the child she currently had or if she'd ever been pregnant after. In some way, I'm kind of torn about that because I can't tell if she's showing me the child she already had or a new one. I feel like she kept the person who was the father of her child a secret because it comes across as someone who may have been above her in some aspects, meaning that they pulled rank and it could get him in trouble or them in trouble. But I think the cult card that I got is because there's a group that keeps one another's secrets, and the military can be sort of like a cult in different ways. Not all branches, not all places, but I know firsthand there's an issue with military and SA that goes on that is ignored, and how people tend to sweep things under the rug. It's a huge problem, and I feel due to things she experienced, she was struggling. She was probably struggling with depression and maybe on medication in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if she had PTSD or not. That kind of comes in. If I get anything as we go along, I'll let you know. She went from not being strong to being strong, so bear with me. A little exhausted going through this. Because I see her sitting in the shower kind of crying. So when I did the cards, I was getting like 2 silver bars. That's the lieutenant, but I don't know what aspect that is, like how it connects. So I don't know if that's the rank of the person who did this or the rank of someone who knows, because I'm getting a sergeant rank as well now that they're showing that to me, as I know what that is. And I'm also wondering if she is going to be changing ranks as well, because there's so many specialists, which is PFC. The next rank is specialist in military when I was in. But it comes across, that part comes across as maybe she was going to go up in rank at some point. But this person was above her in some way, affluent in some way. So I only know this because of, well, I was in the military. So they can use those things, like how I relate to that, to show me things. But I feel there is a group of men that may know. I think that maybe her son may have been a product of SA or a secret relationship. But the man that did this is in the military, allegedly. Her family is right about that. I know that's what they think. So that is the way the cards, the reading, and the crime chart shows. Someone more affluent than her, maybe at a higher rank, and someone who was like higher up possibly and had a lot to lose and could get in major trouble. There is like an obsessive feeling over her in a way too, and possibly the feeling of I can't let things out. So I don't know if people were pushing her to tell her who the father was, or if she was thinking about that. That kind of comes across in that way. The man feels older to me too. He may not be way old, but he feels older to me than her for sure. Like, I don't know, maybe 30s or something. It's hard to tell ages, so I try not to do that unless I'm for sure on that, because when it comes to ages, hopefully you guys can hear me because I've been having issues with my mic. Someone can feel younger, be older, vice versa, feel older, be younger, that kind of thing. I've noticed it's the energy thing, because our age is just a number. It's all about, sometimes we put off that other energy, you know what I mean? So we look at BK, like I was still talking between younger or older, because he looks older, he feels older, but he's actually only 28. So that's just my example of that. But he does feel older above her. So he may not be way old, but he feels older to me than her for sure. And he may have been in the military for a while. I also keep seeing a reference to being on a tank. So I don't know if that's symbolic for infantry, veteran from war, but this is someone she knew, worked with, and possibly had a kid with. I'm wondering, or have some kind of relationship with. I'm wondering if he used to take what he wanted and that it was supposed to be kept secret. I'm being brought back to the trafficking card, so I'm not sure if that was going on in the military. Unfortunately, I'm seeing money given and possible women being passed around in a way. I don't know if that's right or in which way you want to perceive that, but it feels like there are deep secrets here, unfortunately. And I get like maybe a secret type of society in the military, in that we're not, like, everyone knows the goings on, but people may have an idea. I keep seeing a blonde woman. I don't know. I see her possibly sitting maybe in a police station or something, and she may be telling something. Her hair is pulled back into a ponytail and it's slicked back. They draw a line to Katia, like maybe it was her friend or someone that she knew. I can't shake the fact that her child may have been a product of, like, again, a sexual assault or a secret relationship or something like that. Because I get threats being held up against the wall. I don't know why I see also a gray-haired man holding a woman up against the wall, threatening her. I'm not saying that this is the perpetrator, but there's something about that. And I'm not saying super old. Like, some people get gray hair early, but this may just be someone that they're showing me, like, the situation. And I don't know if he's threatening because of his own situation or, you know, he knows the guy, and I'm not sure. but this guy threatened a woman in a manner. I keep seeing him holding her kind of up against the wall. And I'm trying to see who this person is, but I don't know, again, if they can DNA test your child, because that comes in, but they show me a child being DNA swabbed. And then maybe get a genealogy to trace it back. But I didn't even know I got that because it came in again. But I keep getting the reference to her being pregnant. So earlier she was showing me, I feel like I got a cough, which I know she was strangled. So I get a reference to her being pregnant. Either she was showing me, so I don't know if that was like before when she was pregnant or like now. But she was in her boutique standing sideways. I could see her baby bumps. Regardless, she's smiling, loves her kid. And I don't know, again, if she was pregnant again or she was at some point. But it kind of comes across that she may have had been again or at one time. There's a secret something going on. I also feel like there may be a family that could connect to this guy. Like he had a lot to lose. Like maybe a family of some sort, like a wife or a girlfriend or another family. But it's coming out that what he's done, or the baby or the babies that were conceived, he can lose rank, lose money, lose job, lose everything. She shows me some sort of argument at a point as well, and I can hear a woman and a man arguing back and forth. And I do feel that she was fearful of this man. This man is a complete narcissist. I keep seeing him coming into a residence. It's dark, her residence. It feels like it's dark. It feels like it's hard for me to see what's going on. I get a reference to the bed. I can feel like there is a brutal attack, sexual assault. I feel like I can't breathe. The back of my neck was hurting. My head is hurting as well, like the upper part of my body. That may have mostly been affected as I try to fight back and I'm kicking. Like I feel she tried to fight her attacker. I get a hand over my mouth, and I wonder if she was covered by a sheet or something after it was over. Because I was kind of getting that like a sheet up over her. I don't know. Keep getting a reference to the bedroom, and I feel like with white fingerprints or something, but there may be a partial somewhere on the door. They keep showing me the lock. My head hurts really bad all of a sudden, so I don't know if he locked it on the way out. I also get a key, and I'm not sure what that means. I feel like he was stealth, and he broke in and out without a trace, which is part of the training tactical. They flip me to him in full gear, like going into maybe buildings overseas, like they do with their weapons, and looking through the scope. So you know when they like go through these buildings and they check and they're like really stealth, like that's what I keep seeing. So I don't know if that's part of some sort of special ops, like maybe ranger, or I don't know what kind of people like do that sort of things, or if that's just regular military. But he has some sort of special training, it feels like. But he's a killer and can kill with no remorse. And if you cross him, same thing. He also feels bigger, wider shoulders, as a reference to 6 foot. I can see him standing up against the wall. He's a bigger type guy. But it's weird because the older guy I keep seeing that has a lieutenant badge, and I don't know how he relates, and I feel like he's tall as well, like 6 foot. But this guy, I don't know if he's like 5'11", 6 foot, because I got both. But it's like there's 2 different guys, but I just don't know if it's like the other guy knows and is protective of this guy, or it's like his superior. There's a reason I'm seeing that. But because I get like St. Blue Eyes with the white older guy. So again, I don't know how you relate, but that might be just someone that knows. Again, I see them against like holding, like standing up against the wall with like how they do is they're gonna take a picture of you in the military, or if you're like they try to do your height or whatever like that. And earlier when we were doing the crime chart, I was getting the name Andre. And that could be first, middle, last, or connection. The back of my head hurt, and I had to change photos. So I don't know why I'm not getting much of what I need to get with her in the military photo, but I found a newer picture. I think it was taken May sometime. So I don't even remember when this happened, but when I was doing the readings, I don't remember. But I tried to get a different photo I found, and and all of a sudden there's a pain in the back of my head. I keep seeing a black eye as well, curly type hair. Like really, really short, but like you could tell like curly or wavy. I'm torn as to if there was a forced relations or not. As something that there was a relationship, may have been both. I just heard her son looks like his daddy. I don't know why I'm getting the 2 people unless one again knows and the other one did it, or there's a weird connection there, or something else is going on. It feels like there's a cover up here because I feel like the guy came. I hear off base, so I don't know if that means he was living on base and came off base to do this, but I feel like there was an argument of some sort, or at some point. I don't know, I feel like she talked, or was ready to talk, or was going to talk, or like maybe wasn't going to see a secret anymore. There's some kind of that, because she definitely wasn't happy on the inside. She was good at faking happiness because she also was witnessing things that happened overseas and here at home. Things soldiers did and things they did to one another, also what she experienced when she was over there. Because I feel like I keep like I'm feeling like I'm in a war zone. So I don't know if she went to war, she was in a war zone, like I hear explosions and stuff as I'm talking to you guys. So I'm wondering if that also affected her mental health and whatnot. And it might have affected the other person's mental health as well. But also things shoulders did and things they did to one another. She's really making the back of my head and my neck hurt. And I just heard baby daddy. So I don't know. She takes me back to my cards in the terms of father figure, family, etc. But why does it feel like it was secret, or that this guy has a whole lot to lose? Shows me dark hands. There may be something with someone's shoulder too. I feel like my left shoulder hurts. This comes across as someone that has been to war though, been overseas in the visions I keep seeing regarding it. But I get like maybe has specialties in certain things. I hear word sniper. I also hear DNA. So I don't know if there's DNA left or it's going to be come from the baby. Her son. I would swap the son if they haven't already. See if someone, I can see someone in fatigues being taken away in cuffs by MPs, and I get a reference to FBI. He's got African American hands or dark hands. I feel like he's got dark skin, curly hair. I mean, to me, that's what he looks like. And his eyes go like golden to dark. The man I saw before may, maybe again, who has a connection to him or is helping cover things up or is also involved in some stuff. That's how I see him, is like against, again, the wall somewhere, like he's standing against the wall and they're taking a picture of him. I don't know. But this guy's African American or at least darker skin. It's hard to tell in visions, but that's how it comes across. Because they keep getting referred to like he would have like curly hair or something. There's curly hair. Like a bigger guy as well. I see muscle, strong, and a little bit of a pooch belly. I get a reference to 5'11", but then I don't know if it's almost like 5'11" to 6 foot. The 5'11" came in, but I know it's like a name that I tend to pull off, Pateron, so it's repeating, so I say it. First middle connection may not fit this case. But it was repeating. So again, I feel like the guy has a nickname though, like something that people call him. I don't know why Killer comes to mind. I was being like a ghost too. I don't know the connection to that, but if it's a nickname people know him by or something he's called. But I don't know. Again, some sort of sniper, infantry. It comes across as action and war, but I want to say he may have some be like a ranger or someone with that type of skill. She was overpowered. I keep feeling like I hear a noise or something. Like you hear something, like if someone's coming in your house and you're like asleep and you like hear a noise and you like wake up, or if you're relaxing and you hear a noise and you get up, like that kind of, that's what I hear. But I hear like the word overpowered. So but I feel like it was made to look like someone broke in and did this. So, you know, it was made to look like it was a stranger in that way. They wouldn't go, like, they wouldn't automatically go to someone that they know, or they were trying to make it look like it wasn't someone that they knew. That makes sense. There's definite knowing here, and it's like I have a hand over my mouth. I can feel like, I hate to say it, like if someone forces themselves on you, it's like that. Like, take what I want for the last time, and I get it. Brutality, head, neck, throat. I keep feeling, and the back of my neck hurts really bad, so I don't know, like, if it ended up getting broken or something. It's kind of weird, like, making the back of my neck hurt, but I keep feeling like this is an assassination in the way it was done, like, how you would sneak in and assassinate an enemy. It's like that. A lot to lose here, and I don't know if she was going to complain till someone was threatening him in some way, or it was threatening to him in some way. She was strong. She could stand up for herself. I feel like she fought really hard. Her son became everything. She went into the army wanting to fight for this country and lost the love of it because of the darker side of it and what happened to her. She was full of life, a jokester, and I feel very misunderstood at times. And she had a lot of secrets, including who did many things to hurt her. This wasn't a stranger. It was only made to look that way. They may have at one point been friends, but I get like a family connection, which could be through the baby. I get a reference to a darker type vehicle. It's more sleek in the way that I see it. I feel like the man may have like nice things, dress nice. There may be a reference to a silver chain, like a larger chain that he wears in his street clothes. He may have a lot to lose. This was a deal between them. There may be multiple people that know certain things, maybe his homies, how it came across. But I keep feeling like there is a blonde female that may know or may go to someone, but she's scared. And I keep seeing her hair like pulled back, slicked back, pulled back into like a bun or pony. This man is a deadly killer, very silent in how he strikes. He comes across as charming, smooth, and yet has a temper you don't mess with me vibe. He's narcissistic in the fact that he feels like he can get away with this. Like he feels like no one will ever be onto him. I also hear gaslighting, so he might have gaslit her a lot. But he doesn't know by doing all this, the secrets about him will come out, and maybe some secrets about other people. I see him in a bunk, so I don't know at what point that is, but I keep going back to him in a tank, and I hear gunner. So I don't know if he was one or just that type of stuff. I feel like he would have been in charge of her at some point. I don't know why her platoon sergeant comes in, if he was, or someone that is one that knows something. I feel like she served her country with dignity and grace, and it's not fair for this to happen to her. I'm shown overseas again situation, and I don't know, something happening with foreign women and men, like, well, I don't know why she's showing me that. I also see blowing up of something. There is a reference to Haiti. Not sure what that means. I feel like he may wear a lot of red. I don't know. In his street clothes, I keep seeing a red T-shirt, silver chain necklace. Like it's like one of the it goes around like this, like it's a little bit tighter, and it's like a thicker chain. In jeans and white tennis shoes. I keep saying like he's got fuller lips, curlier hair, but it's the coarse, short military cut, like on the sides and whatnot, or like it's really short, but like if it were to grow a little bit, it'd be curlier, but you can still see like the curls, like even though it's like cut short or wavy. He's bulky. He may work out a lot. I see him jogging, so he may jog. People know to not cross him, but yet he may seem nice and charming. He's basically a killing machine that the Army made, but he's good at hiding his sociopathic tendencies because they relate to his job. I hear the word barracks, so I don't know if that's something that happened. There's something that happened in them or what that is. I feel like she was full of life. I see her dancing around with her kid. Regardless, she stood strong and took the child as a gift. Again, I'm back and forth if this was kind of forced on her or just a secret relationship. May have been both at some point, but it was secret due to fraternization and who he is and what he had to lose. I keep wanting to say he could have another family or another kid or something, but mostly like there is also anger here, revenge, very like deviant behavior and brutality. I also feel there may be secret drug use of some kind of substance, like alcohol at some point. He could be on meds. That could be also what I'm picking up. I'd be curious when she went overseas and who she went with. This would be someone connected to her work and definitely in the military. So yes, this is an inside problem. He may work or have work security at some point, because I keep seeing someone walking around security or cop uniform, unless that's for another reason. But he feels like he's untouchable. I also get the name Kevin. Get the name a lot first. It could be first or connection. And Keith as well. Revis is another name that comes in and sounds a lot. Sounds like the last one could be a last name or connection. She was also doing the best to live her life the best way she could. He thinks he's scot-free and they have no idea, and he will never get caught, and that's his delusion. I see his hands behind his back in uniform being arrested, and I see him in an MP-like gear. I also get the name David, and I do keep picking up an R. I keep wanting to say this was not a stranger. She knew him. There's some prior relationship. That's what's coming in. So when we go back to the cards, it could be very well a father to her kid or a kid in some aspect. But I'm really thinking that this is a crime of passion in some sense. That seems to be clear. I feel like her family and her were very close. She's mentioning a sister that she talked to a lot. Keeps seeing like phone calls or something, and there may be something that was mentioned. I also feel like Katia may have written stuff down. There may be like a diary or journal, some sort of receipts. I also feel like the family is close-knit. I wonder if mom is a good cook, because I keep seeing getting food and like family time. She loved her family. She misses them. She was done being where she was, but trying to support her child. She was a bit of like she liked rushes, like people that like adrenaline rushes. Like she wasn't afraid of much. She may have seemed timid at first when she joined, but she was brave, and it was something that she wanted to do, like jumping out of airplanes and stuff. And I think I read she was airborne, but she's showing me that Like it was something she liked doing. I don't know if that could connect to the guy or not. I'm not sure. But she may have done it on her own free will, own free time as well. She just met the wrong man through fated circumstances. I do feel that maybe those types of things were the only thing that scared her. She was intimidated easily, but men could make her feel small at times. She shows me, like, I swear there's a likeness to her child. The man may not be too bad looking. There's something about a dimple, even if it's faint. She shows me mom being, like, handed a folded flag and a gun salute, present arms. I don't know if she was given a different medal at that time or something, but I see mom crying and was hysterical. I feel like there may be more good to come of this, nothing in terms of laws, but maybe awareness, maybe something about Latinas in the military, women in general. It's tough being a woman in a man's world, or what is known or said to be. It may still feel that way. She blows a kiss to her son and says, mi amor. I don't know if she said that to him, but I keep hearing Spanish words and then English. Like, she made it talk to both. She was a kind person and was caught up as the evilness. And I don't know if she used to call her kid, like, every so often and be like, and call him mi amor. Because I feel like there's phone calls or video calls or something like that. That's what she's showing me now. So she was a kind person and was caught up in evilness. The man is a snake in the grass. I don't know her special ops. So, again, I don't know if at some point he was. I feel like he may have money or dress well, or may have lost money due to this or other things. But again, crime with passion comes in. Armand, I don't know what that means, or something similar comes in as well, and Mark too. So these may not fit here, but just getting names. Ramirez as well, that comes in, may just be connections or no things. There are other males that may know. I feel like there's one very connected to him that may know something, like a friend or something, but he doesn't want him to know he knows. Like, someone may be able to say, oh, he left, like a roommate or something. I don't know, there's something with the alibi and phone pings, and I don't know, I feel like there may be something he did that gets him caught. I'm exhausted. If I get any more, I'll let you guys know, or if I decide to do more on this, but I think this stuff with the crime chart paints a pretty good picture. With this and the crime chart paints a pretty good picture. Hopefully it gives them something to go on. I feel for the family. I keep hearing mija, so I don't know if, like, her mom called her that, but I also get 5. So I don't know, again, if this was in May, I can't remember for the life of me. It could be 5 months before something happens. It could be the 5th. It could be 5 people in the family, something like that. Multiple meanings with numbers. It feels like something comes out before the end of the year, to the beginning of next year. Like, I get, like, the next 6 months seem important, and I don't know if she takes me to August. And then I get reverse genealogy as someone they possibly use, like, they may do that. She blows a kiss with the family. Hope this was helpful. I feel like also there's a namesake as well. So, I don't know if that's, like, kid or her or someone else, but there's that kind of thing. All right. So that was the Autowrite for now. I feel exhausted, but I'm going to go ahead and do this crime chart. I really want this stuff out because I feel like the family needs something, and I don't know if they'll receive this or not, but it's still worth it. And again, when it comes to, I don't know if she sent me the crime chart. I'll have to look, but if not, we might just have to go over it because I want to get it done, but I'm not sure if she sent it to me. We looked at it and went over it today. If not, I'll just tell you guys what's in it. All right, and again, with astrology, it is just astrology, but they can tell details of a crime and whatnot, but again, it's not factual information. I like to use the crime charts to try to explain things. I am a baby at doing this, so I am learning along with someone that's teaching me, and I do try to kind of like dummy it down for you guys the best that I can. So if she did not send me the chart, I'm just going to go over my notes and just tell you what the chart says. Let me look really quick. Nope, I don't think she sent it to me. I'm going to try to pull it up myself. I got to find out when this happened. 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, so I went as close as I can to it. Hopefully you guys can see it. Now, I just was jotting down notes and stuff as we went along, so hopefully you understand this. I think we were both half asleep when we did it. Super hot here, so I will, again, try to dummy it down. You don't have to pay attention, like, know what the signs and stuff mean, but I will explain to you what it means. But again, I'm just going to be telling the story, so just pay attention to what the story is on this, okay? And I did this after the cards, which I got strangulation in the cards, which I will release that. But again, I always cough with her, so that kind of tells me that. All right. So we have there's a lot of stuff in Taurus here. So a lot of stuff, you know, Taurus has to do with money, also strangulation and the neck area. It's interesting, the back of my neck is hurting as well. So again, I don't know if like something was broken in the process or not, or something with the back of the neck, because that kind of really hurts a lot. But I'm having issues with my throat as well. So that would totally, also in Gemini right here, this is our perpetrator, which there's not really anything in 7th house. So you have to see what the 7th house, or what Jupiter rule, or sorry, excuse me, what Gemini rules, which is Jupiter. So, you know, you want to look right here in the 6th house. She's got a lot of stuff in the 6th house. 6th house is, you know, people you work with, your health, things like that. So she's got the Jupiter and Sun there. So the Sun is our perp, or also her vitality. But it's all in Taurus. So again, strangulation, but also like money and things like that as well. And again, Gemini is respiratory system. So Taurus also presents like a large presence status, leadership, physically large, broad shoulders. Also, it's in Cancer, so that could be someone that's bloodline related in some way, or related to her family-ish. And also Cancer in the 8th house up here. She could have been pregnant, or it could have to do with, like, because of her child, they will have some luck, because we have the vertex, which is our point of luck there as well, as the lot of fortune. So because it's in Cancer in the 8th house, like there might be either something like she could have been pregnant, or it could have something to do like the 8th house of, you know, Cancer being also some type of sexual assault and brutality is involved in this as well. And it's 8th house of death, sex, dark things. Okay. And the ruler of our ascendant and descendant is the 6th house in the same sign. So someone she worked with, there's lots of Cancer degrees, someone she was connected with, like in a family type way. They're with Venus and Uranus trine. Venus and Uranus trine here. They're only a degree off. There could be like a jealous woman of some sort as well. And again, chart of fortune and the vertex is in the 8th house of Cancer. So going back to that, and it's weird because Andre kind of came in at this point. We were going over the chart. Child could be present, meaning some type of evidence, sexual assault, DNA, to reproductive system, violence. 8th house is also, again, sex, deviance, death, assault, and the 8th house, okay? And this is the reproductive system as well. So Black Moon Lilith, communication with a woman, midheaven at 22 degrees in Virgo. So an older woman, or sorry, another woman may talk. Someone may talk, or it could also be, excuse me, a vindictive woman as well. But she could also be represented as Black Moon Lilith, because it depends on how people look at her. It doesn't necessarily mean she is, but because look at her is very sexual or something like that. a seductress. There might have been like some sexual harassment stuff going on. So we have a triangle with the 8th house. So again, DNA. We'd be curious what the DNA shows in the autopsy. We didn't go over this chart like we normally do. She kind of went fast, and so bear with me. The moon in the 11th house of, you know, community, partnerships and community. So again, that our moon is our co-ruler. 11th house is like, you know, community, friendships, things like that. But she's got a packed 6th house. So it could be, again, work. Someone she worked with, someone she knew in that way. Neptune is opposite Black Moon Lilith. Women. So their women might know more, basically. I can't read my writing. So Saturn in the 4th house right here. She was found in her residence at 18 degrees, kill or be killed. So that's why that's there. She was found in her residence. So we have this house here, as in casual flings, romance, relationships, pleasure, also children. And we've got our Aries here. So, again, casual flings, romance, somebody she's had a romantic relationship with, a fling or whatever. Also, this is where your children are. So Aries is very brutal, and Aries and Mars, because Aries is in its, or Mars is in its own house of Aries, because Aries is the ruler. So that can also be military, and Chiron is our wounded healer, and it's squaring Cancer and reproductive wounds for children. So could show impact on the son's life, or it could show like brutality to an unborn child. Depends on how you look at it. Again, astrology can have multiple meanings and things like that, as well as just like everything else. So Mars in Chiron is at a Sagittarius degree, which kind of represents the size. And it's vertex Cancer again in the 8th house, so this was sexually motivated. Sexually motivated and brutal. And more likely at some point worked with them. So this would again point to someone in the military, but then it's also all this Aries is in the 5th house of like pleasures, casual flings, romance, things like that. But the Cancer degree, so it could be someone again she knew family with. South Node, the relationship of the larger community military is being left behind, because your South Node is what's being left behind, and we have it in Libra here. There's also a secret, and she could have had her reputation slandered as well. I can't read my damn writing. Oh my gosh, what was I writing here? These are so hot, I'm telling you. And Pluto is in Aquarius, so that communication, it's retrograde though. Pluto is like widespread destruction. But so basically it's death and community in your 3rd house, because 3rd house is like community, like the 11th house is like a larger community, friends, all of that, but groups. And the 3rd house is like your community you lived in. So again, there was Pluto widespread destruction in the community, in the 3rd house. But people aren't talking because it's in retrograde and it's in Aquarius. So people aren't talking, and there might be things that have yet to come out. But basically, it's sexual destruction on a wide scale. Taurus, again, over here in this house. So financial benefit of somehow, status as well, money. Uranus and Venus are 1 degree off, so this could mean that a break-in was very possible. The moon is trining Pluto in the 11th house to the 3rd house right here. So again, that's community. And Pluto can also represent sexual assault and murder. Okay. Mercury in the 4th house of Cancer. Oh, wait, sorry. Mercury, sorry, take that back. Sorry, Mercury's at a 4 degree, which is a Cancer degree. Sorry. So talking to family a lot about leaving the military. She was talking a lot to the family about leaving the military. Venus degree, so she might have been, Venus right here at 24 degree, she might have been self-medicating. I believe that's at a Pisces degree. So Pisces can be, you know, any kind of medication or drugs or anything like that. Like, so she might have been self-medicating or on medication or something. And again, Uranus and Aquarius, Uranus at an Aquarius degree is communication, like causing destruction of some sort. Some sort of communication that's causing destruction. So you have Mars at Aries degree, so this could be a head wound, strangulation, and so we have right here, sorry, I kind of messed this up. So we have Mars in Aries, which is its house, right? That can mean head wound, okay? And then we have a Taurus degree, so that could be strangulation in someone that's affluent, right? North node in Aries degree. North node appears in an Aries degree, so influence involves the military. Outcome, hidden flings and violence towards women. That might be an outcome of the stuff that comes out. So things in the military. So there may be things that are results that are happening in the military, or particular relationships that are happening as well. Okay. And then we have, again, Cancer 8th house. That can be like just to be the death of a baby, not hers, not the one that she had already, but if she was pregnant in somehow, or at any point where she had a miscarriage as well. So basically, this chart is basically saying that, you know, this is somebody that she knew that she had a relationship with in some way, shape, or form, that broke into her house, that sexually assaulted her, strangled her, there's head trauma there, and I can't breathe with her, I can't breathe right now. So I definitely feel like there's that involved. And my head hurts as I'm saying that. So someone that was, it was very brutal, very crime of passion. It was somebody that could connect to a child. So either her baby daddy, if she was pregnant, I don't know. We are trying to see, because it kind of could, you could read it as she was pregnant at one time, she was pregnant at this time, or it could be the other child. So there's definitely a child involved, and this would be the father to a child. And a lot of secret relationships and stuff, but by this happening, it's going to uncover some other truth about military relationships in the military, what's going on in the military, sexual assault going in the military. There might have been some slandering going on with her as well. And again, down here, like this is saying, you know, her body was in her residence, and we have the Neptune there, so you know, she may have been, again, like on some sort of medication or something like that. There might be some of that coming into play somewhere, shape, or form. But, you know, Aries can represent military. This is somebody that's going to be above her, affluent, you know, higher ranking more than likely, someone that's got a lot to lose. So basically her chart says the same thing that the readings have said. So hopefully you guys understood. I just kind of broke it down. I know it's kind of short, but it's pretty straightforward. I just wanted to put it up to kind of validate everything. And yeah, that's it. Sorry, I had a hard time reading my writing. It's 12:29. I'm exhausted from all of this. So I'm trying to get things done. Neptune might have a surgery on Thursday, but I am still selling jewelry and stuff to go towards that because I've had to take out a loan and whatnot. So if anybody's interested in that, I can make you something or keep an eye out for the stuff that's going to be coming out. Yeah, and the proceeds will go to that and to helping me out. And any ways that you want to help the channel are down below. Like, subscribing, sharing, or even if you just put the share and hit the copy, that will, even if you don't share it, that will help the channel as well. I'd love to see your beautiful comments and nice comments. Just be nice. We're here for all the same reason, I would hope. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time.